I'm Martha Lane Fox. I co-founded lastminute.com. I co-founded LuckyVoice. I'm the chair of Founders Forum for Good, and I'm also in the UK House of Lords. I was always trying to start businesses. So way before the days of lastminute.com, when I was at school, I started a dating agency, mainly because I wanted to try and work out who everybody at school fancied and whether I could get insider information on them. I then started a business selling old clothes, trying to make money from my massively overstocked wardrobe. And then finally at university, we tried to set up a scheme to let people share their bikes, which went completely and spectacularly tits up. So not very many successful ventures before lastminute.com. When we started lastminute.com, the internet was hardly even in the UK, and we spent our time convincing people it wasn't going to blow up. So it was an immensely long road before it became successful. But we were very lucky. The company grew. It never really went backwards in terms of how it was performing, but it did have a lot of abuse because we went public. We sold our shares on the stock market, and our share price went from £7 to 19p. And that was tough because everybody thought the company was going wrong when it wasn't. It was just that the share price was going wrong. So there were lots of bumps and knocks on the way, lots of things we did wrong, but we were lucky that the company was steadily growing underneath the noise that was out there. I'm always surprised when I talk now to new founders, or I chair a couple of small companies, that some people still think that success just happens and that there's this magic thing and your company starts to grow and all of a sudden everything's going right, you've got loads of customers, you're making loads of money, all of that stuff. I just don't see that. I don't think that's the real world. You know, it's incredibly difficult building a company. Doesn't mean it's not wonderful, doesn't mean you don't have an immense amount of fun, doesn't mean that I would do anything else, but it is much harder than perhaps the pictures that are painted. Things will go very wrong. You'll have to fire people. You'll have to probably make people redundant. That's horrible, never, never nice. Some people you'll hire and they'll be terrible and won't do the job you wanted them to do. Some customers will lose their temper with you and you'll be up late at night trying to sort out problems. And it's incredibly hard work. You know, you work, I think, more than you will ever in your entire life when you're the boss of a business, because everything falls on you. And if you're a good founder, you're probably a bit obsessive about your idea. So for all the glamour of having your own company and everything going brilliantly, be aware that it's tough and it's difficult, and the rewards both personally and professionally can be massive, but it's hard work, and it doesn't stop that hard work. It goes right on until the point you leave the business, because if you're the founder, you have a kind of obsession about making every single detail right. So I wouldn't have it any other way, but I think quite often people kind of under-egg the hardcore nature of starting a business. Well, I think my guiding principles are pretty simple, actually. You know, I had a very, very serious car accident nearly 10 years ago and very, very nearly didn't survive. And every single day, it's a kind of physical battle as well as just normal life. And it didn't change how I think about the world, but I think it reinforced the things that I thought were important before. And they're pretty simple. Be nice to people. Err on the side of generosity. So don't think people are generally trying to rip you off, because generally they're not. Be a good person and work hard, and then hopefully good things fall out of that. But I think people get a bit too complicated in all the other things. If you just try and do a good job, be good to the people around you, then hopefully that will come back in spades.